Markets don't move the way you would expect always if you look at things through a purely fundamental lens. People really need to look at the bigger picture to understand why the markets are moving the way they are. So we're seeing people with an equity strategy, for example, are increasingly looking at macroeconomic data, whereas in the past macro data used to be specialized in one or two strategies. So really the market is much, much bigger.
Macro factors used to be just a nice to have to refine a strategy, but now it's becoming more and more a must-have.
Right from the start, the founders of Macrobond decided that we would source all of our own data. We would always collect our own data, and we would do that on a global basis. The second decision that they took very early was to have first-class metadata. And the third thing that they did was they invested in automation. And that means that we can capture huge amounts of data quickly and without making errors.
The fact that in 2008 it was decided from the get-go that we would use a relational database, but not in a tabular mode, which is probably what almost everyone is doing, we decided to use it as an object-based database, which means that we can deal with a wide range of semi-structured or non-structured data sets. So the fact that we decided from the beginning to have a long-term thinking on how we can deal with data from different formats really made our life easier, because nowadays we can basically comply with any type of data on the market.
The incumbents in the market were data companies and not technology companies. So whereas they may have sort of decent macroeconomic data, the ways they were delivering that data were often quite archaic. And I felt that if we could bring our better quality, broader data set to the market and bring the latest technologies, it would be a massively attractive proposition for anyone looking for this kind of data.
So in less than 4 months, we have developed that web API that acts over the internet, so you can be plugged onto any type of cloud-hosted service, or even if you wish to use it on your desktop for research, again, that's perfectly doable. We have developed the web API in a format, again, that is object-based, meaning that any programming language is nowadays capable of interpreting the data without requiring any transformation on the client side. It's only a piece of code that you will have to develop to basically request the data on our side, and then it will seamlessly communicate with any database, whether it's a SQL database or a NoSQL database, and again, cloud-hosted or on-premises.